Welcome back to Got Fuel's Mother Car Garage. This is Brian. We sit up here at the paint booth. We're fixing to paint this 88 Tamiya 1988 Porsche 911 Turbo. You know, when I was doing the cameo, I talked about the primer here, the acrylic lacquer primer, 1K, 1-to-1 with any paint lacquer. It does need to be reduced a little bit more than that. Also, air pressure needs to come down, or it's atomizing before it gets to the body. That being said, I kind of figured that out while I was doing the truck, but I didn't have the problems that I had with this particular model when I put my top coat on. I did not like the way it went down. For some reason I had a lot of trash in it, so it went into the purple pond. Parts of the primer come off, so I said, okay, well, let me go ahead and put it back in the purple pond till the next day. I put it back in the purple pond. It was in there a total of about 24 hours, and it hardly done anything else to it. So I said, okay, let me break out the oven cleaner. 48 hours in the oven cleaner, hardly touched it. So I went to sanding it down with 1000 grit and 1500 grit sandpaper and water sanding it. And my guess is because it's a filler, in which all automotive primers are filler primers, is why I caught hell getting it off. And of course I still didn't get it all off, but I made it look as good as I can get it. Now I got a coat of Styrolyze on it, and I'm pretty happy with how it's looking. It's by no means is it perfect, but it's gonna be what it's gonna be. So because of my issues, I'm not going to recommend that as using it as a primer. Just because if you have a mistake and you put it in the purple pond, parts of it will come off and parts of it won't, or most of it won't. It don't want to come off. So I'll just stick with a more affordable. You know, I go with us automotive stuff because it's affordable. You get a lot of bang for your buck most of the time, but that unfortunately that one didn't work out quite as well as I expected. So we're gonna get this one in color. I already got the bottom done in the color I'm using. It's Createx. This is 4332 metallic silver. I think I had it mixed up for about 10 or 15 minutes, and it's about 10% 40-30, about 10% 40-12, and hopefully I can get this done in about 2 coats. So I'm going to use the Iwata Revolution CR 0.5 needle nozzle. I mixed up way too much because I put too much reducer in it and had to do it again. So smooth strokes. I go straight across the top and come down. I don't do light coats like you hear, light coats. No, when they paint a car, they paint it. So I paint it. That's how I tend to keep it. So here we go. Alright, now I'm just going to hit it with some air and try to flash it off real quick. With the 4012 in there, it shouldn't take too awful long. 4011 will take a little bit longer to dry. I do hope this camera angle's a little better. Got a different lens on the camera too, so hopefully it'll get you a little closer. Trying to figure out an overhead rig. Something affordable. You know me, I'm cheap. You can definitely tell the difference on how fast, how long it takes this to flash off with it being in the cooler months of the year. In the summertime when it's warmer in the house, this doesn't take any time to flash off. Air's cool coming out of the compressor. And there it is. We've lost the sheen. Kind of dull looking. One shiny spot right here. There we go. Looks pretty good. Lost the sheen. So we're going in for coat number 2. There it is. I'd say it looks pretty good. So I'm going to give this about an hour and a half or so to sit, and we'll come back and show you how I clear coat it. Alright, it's been, oh god, I guess it's been about 2.5 hours or so, or more. I got the decal on the front, a little bit of Tamiya panel line accent color in the doors, around the trunk area, the hood area, real light. I got my 2K mixed up. As always, it's the super cheap automotive 2K, 4:1, and 0.5 reducer. So we're gonna get 3 coats on this, and we'll take short pause between each coat. Going to use my trusty Iwata 0.3 needle nozzle. Gonna put my mask on for this one. Got my air compressor set at 20 psi. Safety first. especially with automotive 2K. I know I'm terrible about safety. I should be wearing it more often, but I don't. Call me crazy. No tack coat. 3 wet coats. Coat 1. Zoom in on it. After 3 coats. Pretty happy with it. Let's see if I can get y'all off stand. With where it was at this afternoon, I'm pretty happy with it. It was in rough shape this afternoon. There's still a couple of areas that I'm really not going to be able to do nothing with. You can see it right there behind the door, right in the window. And some spots on the hood I really ain't going to be able to do nothing with. You know, it is what it is. You live and you learn. And I learned about using that primer, and not until I get a lot of practice with it will I use it again. It really wasn't the primer, it was the top coat, the paint, that I wasn't happy with, and had a lot of trouble trying to get it off. So in the next video we'll get it polished up best we can, and go from there. Thank y'all for watching. Got Fuels Model Car Garage. We'll catch you in the next one.